our read aloud today is the Netherlands. It might trickle into tomorrow too for our read aloud. We will see how much I cover today. So, the Netherlands. You are just about done studying the Netherlands, so we want to at least wrap it up looking at a few different things. All right. Hello. This is the Dutch way to greet someone. Dutch is the language of the Netherlands. The people of the Netherlands are called Dutch too. The Netherlands is known for its windmills, tulips, and wooden shoes. The country is sometimes called Holland, but that's not its correct name. And we have our its correct name, not our it is, but our possessive pronoun that we learned about. The Netherlands is famous for its windmills. The Netherlands is a small, flat country in northern Europe. It is a little larger than the U.S. state of Maryland. The Netherlands touches two countries. Germany lies to the east. Belgium is to the south. So you have your compass rose up here showing our different directions. North and west of the country is the North Sea. Much of the Netherlands lies below sea level. However, the North Sea does not flood the land because the Dutch have built dikes, which are walls of dirt, to keep the water out. A beach along the North Sea. Amsterdam is the capital of the Netherlands. It is also the country's largest city. The central government is located in the city of The Hague. Other major cities include Rotterdam, Utrecht, and Maastricht. Land and weather. Long ago, the North Sea covered the low grounds in the Netherlands. The Dutch built dikes and canals around the areas of water they wanted to drain. Then they used windmills to pump the water back into the sea. All this work created large sections of dry land for people to live on and farm. Much of the Netherlands, then, is made up of land taken back from the sea. The Dutch still fight flooding of their land by the seas and rivers, however. 4 major rivers flow through the Netherlands. They are the Rhine, Maas, Scheldt, and Waal. The Maas, Scheldt, and Waal rivers form a delta in the southern part of the country. Here are workers building dikes in the Netherlands in 1953 to prevent flooding. My grandpa, my opa, helped build some of the dikes. Over time, sand from the sea has built up along the country's northern coast. These hills of sand are called dunes. They have formed the Wadden Islands. The highest point in the country is Valserberg. It is only 1,053 feet, 321 meters high. The country's lowest point is Prins Alexander Polder. It is 22 feet, 7 meters below sea level. The weather in the Netherlands is wet and mild. Mild means it is not too hot or too cold. It does not snow much in winter. Fog and cloudy skies are common. I will tell you, when I was in the Netherlands, when I was on Enspice, where I spent a semester learning there was a massive snowstorm, and we biked everywhere we went. And so I had to bike through the snowstorm, and it was a lot of snow. I'll have to maybe show you pictures sometime. Summer is comfortable in the Netherlands. The skies are sunny. Warm breezes come off the ocean. Sudden rain showers may occur though. And here's some fishing in the Netherlands. I'm going to skip some of this history of the Netherlands. Talks about World War II. Germany invaded the Netherlands. They controlled the Netherlands until the war ended. Actually, one quick story. During this time, my opa, my grandpa, he was living in the Netherlands still, and he had to hide out in like a grain bin, a corn bin in the fields, so that he wouldn't be recruited to go and fight for the Germans. I also had my great-grandpa was a doctor, and he was told by the Germans that he wasn't supposed to treat any Jews, that if a Jewish person would come to his door, that he was supposed to turn them away. And he said, I will treat anyone who comes to my doors. And he ended up getting captured and put into a camp. And he ended up coming out of the camp alive, but a scary time. Today, the Kingdom of the Netherlands is still a constitutional monarchy. Queen Beatrix is the head of the state. The Prime Minister, however, is the real head of the government. The Prime Minister runs the country's day-to-day business and chooses members of a cabinet. A cabinet is a group of advisors. The Netherlands has a parliament. All the members of parliament are elected by the people. Together, the Prime Minister, cabinet, and parliament run the country. Here's a national monument and the Royal Palace in Amsterdam. Made in the Netherlands. The Dutch have always made a living from buying and selling goods to other countries. Rotterdam is the busiest seaport in the world. Every day, ships load and unload their cargo there. Major industries exist in the Netherlands. Natural gas and petroleum are important industries. In fact, the Netherlands supplies most of Europe's natural gas. Food processing and metalworking are other important industries. About 1 in 5 people work in these and other manufacturing jobs. Most Dutch people work in service industries. They are employed in places such as shops, banks, law firms, and government offices. A shop owner prepares olives for sale in his Amsterdam deli. The Netherlands does not have a lot of farmland. This is partly because of this country's small size. The land that is available, however, is very productive. The combination of the rich soil and the weather makes the Netherlands a great place for farming. There are small farms throughout the country. Sugar beets, potatoes, wheat, and barley are grown on these farms. Greenhouses can also be found outside cities. Lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, grapes, and flowers grow well in these greenhouses. Some of the world's best cheese is produced on the country's dairy farms and in factories. Gouda and Edam are the best known Dutch cheeses. The Netherlands is famous for its tulips. Millions of tulips grow in rows as far as you can see. These colorful flowers are shipped all over the world. They have a beautiful place that you can go. I'm forgetting the name right now. I went and visited it, and it has so many flowers. It's beautiful. Life in the Netherlands. Houseboats are not unusual homes for the Dutch. Most Dutch people live in towns and cities. Only a few people live in the countryside. Some Dutch people live on houseboats along the rivers. In towns and cities, many families live in apartments. Houses are usually tall and narrow. Steep staircases can be found inside. Houses all over the country have large windows. Most also have gardens. Dutch children between the ages of 4 and 18 must attend school. Primary schools are for children ages 4 to 12. They learn reading, writing, mathematics, history, science, and social studies. In their final 2 years, they learn English. After age 12, students attend secondary school. Secondary school prepares students to attend college or go to work. Dutch students wear traditional dress for a field trip to a museum. And some of you dress like that for the Tulip Festival, which sadly isn't happening this year, but you have next year to look forward to it. After school and work, the Dutch have time to relax. Family life is important to the Dutch. Many Dutch families like to stay home. They play games, talk, watch television, or read books. Some young people like to visit friends or ride their bicycles in the evenings. Adults read the newspaper, take walks, or invite friends to their homes. Many Dutch enjoy sports. Voetbal is the national sport of the Netherlands. Voetbal is known as soccer in the United States and Canada. Tennis is another popular sport in the Netherlands. In summer, the Dutch enjoy swimming, sailing, field hockey, and biking. Bicycling is also a regular form of transportation. Most children walk or bike to school each day. Many adults ride bikes to work, to visit friends, and to do errands. So a lot of the stuff we learned about from Miss Reinders earlier this year, but it's a great reminder to read through. In winter, ice skating is the most popular activity. When it is cold enough to freeze the canals, the Dutch skate on them. Speed skating and figure skating are common winter sports. Frozen canals in the Netherlands make good ice skating rinks. Holidays and festivals. Sinterklaas gives presents on December 5. Some of you might celebrate with Sinterklaas as well. The Dutch have a variety of holidays and festivals. Some are religious. Others reflect the Dutch culture. On December 5, they celebrate St. Nicholas's Eve, which is the Dutch Christmas. St. Nicholas is called Sinterklaas. He has a helper named Zwarte Piet. Everyone gives and receives presents on St. Nicholas's Eve. New Year's Eve is also a time for celebrating. Church bells ring, fireworks are set off, people gather together to welcome the new year. In the southern region of the Netherlands, Carnival Day is celebrated in February or March. Carnival Day marks the start of Lent. People enjoy music, dances, and parades. In spring, the Dutch celebrate Easter. Children hunt for decorated eggs. Eastermen made of bread are a special treat. On April 30, the Dutch observe the most important national holiday, Queen's Day. It is the day the Queen's birthday is celebrated. Towns and cities are decorated with colorful balloons, lights, and flags. Everyone gets the day off from work or school to honor the Queen. The second Saturday in May is National Windmill Day. On that day, all of the windmills in the country are opened to the public. Some people take tours through the windmills. It is a day to celebrate one of the country's national symbols. Each June and July, the Holland Festival is held. Plays, concerts, dances, and exhibits draw people to the country from all over Europe. The North Sea Jazz Festival is held in The Hague every July. It features jazz musicians and bands. The city of Utrecht also hosts a music festival. This says about 470 dress shirts are hung out in the sun as part of the Oral Theater Festival. Blowing in the wind, the shirts look like clouds hanging over the beach. That is really neat. Flower festivals are popular in the Netherlands. They are held in towns and cities all over the country. These festivals usually take place in August and September. They feature parades with floats and marching bands. The floats are decorated with thousands of flowers. The Hague also holds a fireworks festival every August. Crafts festivals and horse fairs are held in different regions of the country. And it goes into art and literature. The Dutch have a history of great musicians and artists. Dutch architecture and filmmaking are also well respected. The Dutch enjoy all kinds of music. Their tastes include classical, jazz, popular, and folk. At least one person in nearly every family plays an instrument. Some people enjoy singing in choirs as well. Some of the world's most famous artists were Dutch. The works of Rembrandt van Rijn, Vincent van Gogh, and Johannes Vermeer hang in museums throughout the world. Architecture is the art of designing and building structures. Dutch architecture is world famous. The homes built along Amsterdam's canals are only 3 windows wide. These houses are tall and deep. They were built this way because of the lack of space for home building. They are known for their gables. Gables are part of a roof and they come in different forms. Some look like steps. Others are shaped like bells or triangles. Some are plain. Others have decorations cut into them. Not all Dutch buildings are built in this traditional style. Rem Koolhaas is a famous modern Dutch architect. He has designed many buildings in the Netherlands and other countries. All right, and then it goes into talking about some movies. And then we have Delft, right? So we've talked about Delft with Miss Reinders before. Dutch food. Dutch food is a plain but delicious. Meals include bread, fruit, vegetables, and dairy products. The country's position next to the North Sea means there is plenty of seafood too. The Dutch especially enjoy herring, which is eaten raw, which I ate when I was at a Dutch market. It's actually pretty good. Salmon, shrimp, and mussels are also popular. For breakfast, Dutch people usually eat bread with different toppings. Favorite toppings include butter, jelly, meat, or cheese. For some of you, it might also be hagel. I'm going to just show you that picture. They talk about meat, potatoes, and vegetables, and fish for supper. Talk about poffertjes, which some of you enjoy as well, little pancakes. Then they go into some Dutch clothing, and then the Netherlands today. But I'm going to wrap it up, especially because I'm running out of time here. I am hoping that I can put something together, though, to show you some pictures from when I was in the Netherlands to end our study of the Netherlands. Hope you have a great day.